Ooh, I forgot the camera. This is the last place. Kind of get the chainmail on, then go from there. Okay, now put the chest plate on. I have a video coming up kind of showing how long it takes to put the suit on, so that'll be the next fighter practice video I get. It's actually quite the process to get the suit on. Just getting the suit on, so thank you all that have joined us so far. We'll get started soon. Ooh. Ooh. Well, hello everyone. Good to see you all this week. Hope you guys get the chance to check out the latest combat video. Got some more coming. Gotta get the video edited out to you guys. Let me see the chat. I forget it keeps filtering nonsense. 1 second. There we go. Base. Ooh. So we actually had pretty good practice this week. Learned a lot about cardio, movement, dynamic movement, blocking, all sorts of things. On the next video, I'll be posting all that. Hey, how's it going? So I actually got to bust out my sword and board out there. So there's my shield over there. Yeah. And we're working on cardio. And I actually got a cookbook. Trying to think where it's at. Give me 1 second to get it back here. Next half of this live stream. But yeah, it's a keto cookbook, and it's actually in line with my diet, which is about, I think, 1,200 calories. So I'm going to be trying that, someone else's cookbook, because I've been doing it my way for about a year. Made some pretty good gains, lost 100 pounds on that diet, keto, and doing this. I don't know what any of that means. Hey, how's it going? Yeah. I did go on a big diet. I went on a ketogenic diet, 1,200 calories. I went from 390. I'm down to 283 now. So you're welcome to this. Is a proper channel for you, man. This is diet and exercise, basically medieval channel. The channel. Yeah, right now, of course. Yo, I'm fat. Oh heavens, you caught me. Yeah, of course I know I'm fat. That's the whole point of the channel. So we're losing weight and diet and exercising. So just because you diet and exercise doesn't mean it's going to go away instantaneously, right? It takes years of dedication. So 100 pounds. Yeah, no, you're good, bro. I understand. Interesting. You must be a very interesting fellow, or you're from the legacy internet, I imagine. Seeing what you can get away with. My feelings are hurt. Ugh. No, not today. Well, this is Mondays. The battling is always done on Sundays. And I got a video coming up for that. Actually, it's just water. Just water. I'll go for you. So, nothing but water. So our fighter practice is on Sunday. So we go every Sunday, either at Delano Park or somewhere in Huntsville. That's when we have the fighter practice and actually do battle then. There was actually a war. I wasn't able to attend this year, unfortunately, so I got no combat footage of that stuff. We got another war, a couple more events coming up before the end of the year. We're gonna try to knock out. I see there's a ton of trolls. I love it. Well, thank you for commenting and coming by for sure. So, kind of what we have in the agenda this year. I think there's a winter market coming up, so I'll try to get some footage of that. I'm working on the tent series as we speak. Got some footage done for that, so when that's ready, I'll be putting out part 1. It'll be a 3-part series for you guys, so I hope you guys enjoy that. Well, thank you. Right now, working on diet and exercise through medieval means. So it's kind of what kept me focused. Like nothing else worked in my life. Like for whatever reason, I've never liked just the gym, lifting and dropping weights. I don't like repetitive things too much. So I found something that worked for me, which is to kind of focus my chaotic ADHD mind onto something. So lost 100 pounds, like I said, 390 down to 283, and still got about 100 pounds more to go. So we'll be pushing as hard as we can. I gotta start cutting again, drop, because I'm currently like not tracking my calories like I should. So I gotta start doing that again. King Renaud. Isn't that from Kingdom Under Fire? Renaud? That sounds familiar for whatever reason. But so yeah, that's what's on kind of the agenda, just to knock out a few more events before the end of the year. Hi, Sarah. Are you guys worried that AI or something, right? Because there's a lot of AI content out there, like AI dribble. Now I'm a pretty real person, so. So another thing I'm gonna be focusing on for next year is the Spartan race in Nashville. Working on my car, help up to speed to do that. So I think it's a 10K race. So a lot of my videos are gonna be working towards that. What the? Oh man. King, right? But kingly. I'm not a king. I'm just a man at arms, a humble man at arms in the SCA, Society of Creative Anachronism. So this is kind of like my suit, more of a crusader, late 14th century crusader, or Order of Christ, I think is what they're called. They came after the Knights Templar, after they were basically abolished. So That's kind of like my persona. So this is like late 14th century plate, so 1390s roughly. So right before they transitioned to like more full plate, more what you see in the 15th century and beyond, yeah, 15th century and beyond, like what you consider a knight. So this is kind of like the in between. So there'll be a lot more mail and plate than a later day knight, because they 15th century and beyond, they would basically attach this chainmail in these areas, like sew them on to cover the gaps in the armor, rather than doing what I'm doing, which is the full chainmail underneath the steel plate and over gambeson. So the next war I'm actually going to be preparing for myself is War of the Phoenix. It's out west. It's about 2,000 miles away. It's going to be quite the journey. I went last year, didn't get any good footage, but hopefully this year I can get through y'all and have a camera crew with me this time. Last year was pretty rough, but a lot of fun. It is not bulletproof, so bullet resistant material. It's not going to be 18 gauge steel. So 18 gauge, this is meant for like thrusting weapons, knives, swords, medieval weaponry. So, and this is also mild steel, so it actually bends pretty easily. So this is 16 gauge. This gauntlet is made of 16 gauge material. So that is a great sword that did that kind of damage. So we actually hit each other with big weapons. I'll show you guys later. So that's kind of the damage you can expect in combat. Latter-day Saints, and those are Mormons, if I remember correctly. My friend's a Latter-day Saint. I'm just a Christian, humble Christian, Holy Bible, King James. So Latter-day Saints, I believe, is 18th century Christianity. Prime, the earlier King James. So this would have been around the 13th century. So that's kind of what I'm rocking on the field. Yes, it is a gauntlet. These are my gauntlets I use in combat. So these are mitten gauntlets. These are for my polearm. So very nice. So this protects from getting basically like crushed. Thanos Pimpan, I guess you could do that. Now I've done that. There's a thing called Empire Medieval Pursuits, and I actually got to punch somebody in the face with this, so that actually felt pretty good. What I love about, I guess, armored combat is that you basically have to train with your armor. So this actually becomes basically a part of you, and you of it. So it's kind of like you have to be worthy of your own armor. So when you see me out there in the field, you see that that's like almost 2 years worth of working up to that. I don't think it's here. Let me go get one of my weapons. It's not rubbers. I mean, there are rubbers, but not like that. You crazy man. So this is more or less the weapons we rock. This is made of solid rattan, bamboo. So we clobber each other with. It does have a rubber mallet head on both ends. Right, so that's kind of what we're smacking each other with. That kind of tells you kind of like this crap hurts. I still have a bruise because I don't have any armor plating right here in the upper arm. I took a sword swing right there. Just all gambeting. So this is kind of this is a poleaxe, medieval poleaxe. So I'm gonna be fighting more like this and closing the distance and hooking, right, and thrusting distance or butt spike. And this is a training poleaxe, basically. It's oversized from what other combatants use. They use 1.25 inches. This is about 1.5 inches or more. So it's actually probably double the weight. I haven't weighed it. So this is what I train with. I have full armor plate. Most people will go with minimums, which is elbows, knees, gorget, helmet. And that's primarily what they wear. So I'm wearing way over what they would wear. Yes, late 14th century Crusader. I think it's called the Military Order of Christ. They're actually from Portugal, or what the remnant of the Knights Templar joined other organizations or rebranded, and that's one of them. So a lot of the French would flee to Portugal or any other place to flee being murdered, basically, by the French king. So yes, Crusader. A little bit later, I'll show you what the helm is. So this is an adjustable helm, or it has a faceplate. I have to basically, at some point, redo these straps and actually have it as pins rather than what it is now. But for now, this works for my purposes. Because that's a lot of machining and a lot of work that needs to be done. Holes drilled in the side and pins to hold that and hold the other side as well. And then push buttons to release it. So that's quite a little bit of engineering on my part. This is padded in closed-cell foam to protect our nougat. So if we were to get struck, it doesn't knock us out. So it's similar to football helmets in that regard, because what you're going to suffer from is concussive damage, which can knock you out if you're not careful. So this is a standard guard that I've used when I'm fighting against either sword and board or another long pole arm or poleaxe. If I'm going against long pole arm, this is the stance I would take, depending on their angle of attack. And I'd use this to basically hook their shaft. Dirty-minded people, I probably don't get caught onto that. But yes, it's called a shaft or a haft, right? This is called a haft. So this end would be used to grab the haft and push it where I need it to go. You'll see a lot of my combat videos, I'm deflecting those lines of attack when they're coming in, trying to, beat me up or whatever. Yeah, the booty warrior. Hilarious. Kong Balding. Best warrior in human history. Is that a reference to like Star Wars Kid? Is that what that is? I couldn't tell. You guys remember that old Star Wars meme? Or that old meme? That was pretty great, wasn't it? I should totally remake that video of his where I'm... But I got the footage here for the last video I did. I'm going to be getting that I'm going to be editing that tonight and pushing that out for you guys sometime this week, so you guys can check that out. Along with the tent series, part 1 is going to be released this week. Just got to get a few more materials for the overall build. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm going to see if we have some more practices coming up. I believe we do. I hate sand. Gets everywhere, right? That's definitely Star Wars. If I remember, that's Anakin Skywalker. But using this armor on the field in the desert wasn't so bad. I see why they would wear white. Actually kept me pretty cool out there. I had no issue really, other than I was out of shape. So I'm still out of shape, and I'm getting into shape. I'm able to run now. I'm running regularly every day. Getting stronger every day because these feel like toothpicks now. Because if you ever watched my videos, the first one, like 5 swings, I'm out of action. Now I can hold this all day and keep on going. So it's good to see progress over a long period of time as long as you're consistent. So I've been consistent with this thing for about a year now. Yeah, I started of 2023 in the SCA. And I was about 350 then. So if you guys are into medieval content or SCA type things and want to learn more about it, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. And also, there's a Facebook that we have for the Shire of Glenree, which is these guys. Go ahead, check them out, like them. They'll actually be posting more of the events that the group does as a whole. And they'll have more information than I would. So, because I'm still relatively new to the group, per se. I've only been in it for, first time I was 17 to 19, so that's 2. So this would be 4 years combined in the SCA. And some of these members have been in the SCA for 30 plus years. So, a long duration hobby. And it's a lot of fun. If you guys like camping, going outdoors, I don't know if you like getting drunk. Some people like getting drunk. That's their thing. There's parties where they go and do that. That's not my scene, but I do like hanging out with people. The food's amazing, but I gotta stay away from that because it's too amazing. Though some of this medieval cuisine is very interesting. I actually have another video series, or not video series, just a video coming up talking about 14th century pie. Because I made one already, a hand pie for an event. It was a mushroom pie, a lot of spices and everything. It's very interesting. Their palates are completely different than ours. So this pie coming up is going to be very interesting. I hope you guys like that video. And if you guys are new to the channel, this is Monday Night Chats. We chat every Monday, 6:45 Central Time. Usually about an hour or two, or until the people start getting bored or I get tired, whichever comes first. So thank you all that stopped by and watched. If you guys have any questions, go ahead, feel free to shoot them. Am I getting famous? I'd hope not. I just like to spread basically the good word through my actions, through my words, and my deeds. So, and build a persona around that. Find like-minded people as well. So, because all my life I've been living very soft, cushiony life as a engineer and basically a hedonist, and I'm trying to reject myself now and basically bring myself to bring it back to the basics, right? So losing weight, getting in shape, getting financially fit, getting right with the Lord, and just overall just trying to be better. So if you guys enjoy that, go ahead and subscribe. Love to have you guys. And feel free to give feedback, because I'm still new. Even though I've been in this YouTube scene for 15 years, I'm still new to growing a YouTube channel. So also, if you guys like artwork as well, so I like metalwork artwork. So you'll be seeing more of that on this channel. About that and leading up to something pretty cool for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy that when we get there. So just a little bit of time every day. And thank you all that are helping the algorithm and sharing the content. It definitely helps me. You know who the most righteous person I know is? It would be Jesus. So I try to be like him as best as possible, and I falter a lot. Awesome. And they had the Ottoman Turks in there. It looked fantastic. So all for it. And I gotta say, I like some of your cuisine. And what is it? Istanbul, which is Constantinople. Pretty awesome. That's fine. We're all put in this earth, and we're all under different. We all live different lives, right? So God puts us in different places where we're needed. Awesome. Love it. Fighting for your country. I haven't been to Turkey. I just know about it, and I know you guys are in NATO. I know you guys were, yeah. And then I'm trying to think what else I know about Turkey. You have Constantinople, which is now Istanbul. You guys are bordering the Black Sea. That must be very interesting, right? Sweet. Hopefully they wouldn't just outright murder. I mean, maybe they'd murder me. I don't know. I don't know much about the world outside my own country. I'd hope they wouldn't. They seem like very civilized people. Turkey, that is, at least. I haven't been, so. I'm more worried about getting, let's see, what's the word? In a car wreck than anything else. So. Is the food good out there? Yeah. Someday I'll have to probably visit Turkey. Actually, I've been wanting to go to check out Russia and like Stalingrad and Leningrad, all those historic World War II monuments. And this is a gauntlet. This is a mitten gauntlet made of 16 gauge steel. This protects my delicate hands from this style of weapon. So this is a rattan weapon. So we're hitting full force. And you're a soldier, so you know what they probably have you doing some sort of melee training combat with bayonets and whatnot. So you kind of know what full contact brawling's like. I've seen that where they put the little helmets on and then you have the padded bayonets and you're beating each other up type of thing. This is very similar to that, except they're using rattan. So I don't know how Turkish warriors train. So I try to give thanks to the Lord for every breath I take. 4 years ago, I had cell B lymphoma cancer, and it's hard to think about sometimes, like how far one comes after such a tragic event. And being able to do nerdy stuff like this, you take it for granted, right? Like every day you take things for granted, playing games with your friends, or going to the store, having Doritos with your buddies, right? So you ended up in a good channel, bro. Nice. But yeah, it's just appreciating the little things, right? So being able to just I don't know, melt bars and make this stuff, right? This happened after I survived cancer. Before that, I never did nothing like it. So it's been a very interesting journey over the past 4 years now, coming on 5 now. And the further I get from that, the more I'm thankful to the Lord for having for me to experience that, going through what my mother went. Not only overcoming it, but slaying it in her name. That's kind of how I felt. So I have to thank God for that every day. Yeah. And now the next demon I have to face is weight. So started at 390, 283, And the next goal I have to hit is 180. That's for my mom. So she never conquered a weight in her lifetime. So I guess I could be Earth and hopefully inspire others to do something in their lives, wherever that may be, weight loss or overcoming personal adversity, whatever. So, because if a fat nerd can do it, anyone can do it. That's all I always say. So, and I'm here every Monday, just I guess going through the motions and talking through all this stuff and building this YouTube channel into, I mean, whatever it may be. So I'm trying to have more focus in my life, in my later life, and at least show the world how much I appreciate God, right, for seeing me through the darkest moments of my life. Even though I may have some dark moments here and there, afterwards, nothing compares to going through losing your mother and then going through cancer, surviving that, losing job. I mean, you guys ever been through job loss? It feels like the end of the world, but just know it's not the end of the world. You know, as long as you draw a breath, you can make it. So. And if you guys like seeing more medieval combat, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and share to the world. So I'm always looking for like-minded individuals that's into, I guess, being a faith warrior, both on the field and off the field. So, because I kind of use the Christian ethos and all that I do. I know I can never please God in that way. Like King David building a temple, he appreciates the gesture. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like. Rising standards, right? Raising the standards, raising that bar every time I'm on the field, every time I go out there, every time I do a run, push-up, exercise. How do I raise that bar? And just keep pushing, right? So it's kind of how I look at it. Sorry if I'm rambling on, but it's just. I like to talk a lot, so this Monday night chat actually helps kind of aim that focus towards that. So I'm learning to listen more and talk less. So, and I appreciate all your guys' views that are here every week. Everyone that comes, I appreciate them all, especially my new and concurrent ones. What do they call that? What is the name of that? Someone that repeatedly comes. Like, not a repeat customer. What's the word of that? But anyways, regulars. Thank you. God, I was at the tip of my tongue. Thank you for the regulars and your guys' views and your comments. I definitely appreciate it all. So, and sticking with me in the shorts, right? Because I'm sure you guys all know there's an algorithm that people that contend with. And as a software engineer, I like to see what I can do to manipulate that algorithm to maximize viewership. And a lot of YouTubers do that. So if you see content that's different, just know I'm trying to, it's called probing shots. So I fire a probing shot and see if that works. No, it didn't work. Don't do that one again. Fire another one. Oh, keep doing that. And eventually we find our target and focus in on that. So it's kind of why you see a sustained viewership of 400 something people. So feel free to ask any questions as well. If you guys want more workout videos, go ahead and comment on that. Because I know I've been kind of slacking on that. I've been kind of just doing my own thing, not recording and some of that stuff. Killing ogre for me. We are doing, well, we are doing a D&D session starting next month. It's usually, we are doing our sessions on Sunday night. And it's going to be a Crusader D&D session all the way through. So you might get your wish of killing an ogre. Won't be me. I'll be the actual DM. I'll probably be in full kit for you guys, so you guys can kind of know who I am. Liberty Night DMing for my group. Should be a lot of fun. So if you guys are ready for that, go ahead and comment below. I don't know if you guys play D&D and whatnot. I'm sure it's obvious that I've played D&D. If not, I haven't seen enough of the channel yet. I guess I have a few live streams of other things I did. Currently have a 40K session, and that's coming to an end, and then we'll be moving on to, like I said, the D&D. So should be a ton of fun. Bring me the head of an ancient drake. Maybe. Currently, the dragon I'm slaying, the ancient drake I'm slaying, is being overweight. Overweightitis. The dragon. Then I shall slay it soon enough. Because every week I'm getting stronger, faster. Especially currently working on cardio. Getting that down. So cutting out on, I gotta cut calories down to 1,200 and then going from there. So you'll have your drake soon enough, friend. Let me see. You guys want to check out the shield I got? This is a strap shield. So, single strap and a cage bar, protect your hands during combat, so it doesn't get smashed by the big pole arms or other weapons out there. So, if you ever see me fight out there, it's gonna be a lot like this. Weapon back here, throwing shots, or being like this. Kind of a tight so, and I actually got some footage for that. That'll be on the next video coming up as well, so you guys can check that out. But this looks like an action with my weapon. So my weapon's a little bit longer. It's kind of sword and a half. So my strike's going to be a little more one shot elongated or thrusts. So I had a lot of fun last practice. I got one of my buddies in the throat. Because he wasn't expecting my sword coming in. So, because it's a little bit longer than most. So, he wasn't anticipating that thrust coming in. Because it was in the right position on the top of his shield. I was like, I have a perfect thrust. Went for it, got him. So, and then this weapon here, this is called a Vector. So this is a hammerhead with a beak. So the real life version, I'll have to eventually show you guys the comparison between this and an actual Vector. So this is a spike. This would be penetrating armor. This too would be a beak. Use the penetrating armor. This the bust armor. And this spike, basically the same thing as the front. So this is a training weapon as well. As you can see, this is about 1.5 inches. Very heavy weapon when compared to the others. They're 1.25 inches. This is, like I said, 1.5 inches. So this is to train my muscles. So I'll be holding this a lot longer than those guys. And I felt pretty awesome. I feel pretty awesome. And it felt pretty funny. What's the word I should use? When one of my other brothers used my weapons and couldn't hold it for very long, that told me I was on the right track with my training. So that told me, I'm on the right track. Because the Romans did this. The Romans, they would fight with overtuned weapons, and when they go in the field, they cartoon hammer. No, this is for a sport. So this is a full contact sport. We're not trying to actually kill each other. This is a rubberized head. So this isn't boo hurt, but this is still a pretty dangerous sport. This is a solid rattan weapon. So there's a video I actually have of striking a watermelon with this thing. That kind of shows you the impact damage this can do. So this can still kill you, but it's designed to not hurt as much against, this type of stuff. Armor plating, right? So it's designed with this in mind. We're not killing one another. So if you're thinking like paintball, right? Simulated combat, firearm combat. This is simulated medieval combat, very akin to paintball. So if you're going for one strikes, basically one strike kills, face, torso, kills. So not a cartoon hammer, just a what do you call it? A sport weapon. Or simulant. And I can show you the kind of damage that weapon can do against steel. So that's steel right there. This is 16 gauge steel. A weapon like that did this kind of damage, and if that were to hit you, like in the arm, bare arm, hand, that's gonna break bone, right? And that's from a glaive, which is just a pole arm, right? Just got glancing hit from that guy, and that dented that armor pretty good. So this is a pretty good contact sport. If you check out the channel, you can see more combat there and what that's like. Hopefully that answered your question. Hopefully I'm not on my Wi-Fi. Oh no. My apologies. I have not been on the Wi-Fi for the last 30, 40 minutes. It's probably been stuttering, and I apologize for that. So that's, I gotta make sure I'm always, I gotta have a checklist before I start a live stream. Because sometimes you just forget things. So anyone watching this point, I apologize for the stream quality if it's dropped any. Won't happen again. So if you guys missed what I was talking about, that these are simulated weapons, not a cartoon hammer, and they can deal pretty powerful damage against one another. So I want to thank you all that stuck with me this live stream so far. I look forward to making more content for you guys and just more workout videos, and go ahead and pushing this channel to 1,000 subscribers. We're up to, I think the last I checked, 884. So we just need 116 more and we're there. So just keep pushing, Holy Warriors. Keep pushing. Keep sharing, subscribing. If you watched this far, thank you very much. It helps with the algorithm and just helps get the channel where it needs to be. So let's keep on pushing, guys. If you guys have any questions about like weapon construction or armor construction, feel free to ask. Hey, King Baldwin, I like him. One of my favorite kings. Have you ever seen that movie, Kingdom of Heaven? I have. So, thanks for stopping by. I don't know if you're new to the channel. Thank you for commenting. Excellent movie, by the way. Actually, I made a coin, King Baldwin's coin. I actually had to go and find what his coin looked like. So, oh, awesome. Yeah, I do not know all my subscribers by heart, unfortunately. So, 800 people is hard to remember. I have a hard time remembering like a classroom full of people. 800 and something. It's just mind-boggling. So, I can only imagine what like a million subscriber people are like. And thank you for your subscription for sure, man. I definitely appreciate it. We're pushing to 1,000 Holy Warriors, and we're pushing every week. And this live stream's getting better and better each and every week. At least I think so. If you guys comment like what to improve, I don't know. I have a short-term memory loss, like chemotherapy did a lot of damage to my brain. So remembering names is somewhat hard for me. Though your icon, if you're a regular, I'll eventually remember it. So I'm very good at imagery, or faces, right? So if you keep showing up every week, I'll remember you. I got like oh, okay. I don't know. So I can only take the text at face value. So because unfortunately text doesn't convey like tonality or facial expressions. So you get more cues from that. Duck frost. Duck frost? Fire duck frost. I am out of water now. I'm gonna have to get some more water, guys. If you guys have any questions about heavy suit combat, let me know, or the SCA, let me know as well. We're always looking for new members, and they're a worldwide organization. They're pretty far-reaching, and there's a lot of groups you can interact with that do similar things that I do. Though not everyone does plate armor. That's more of just my thing, especially out here in the South. Whew. And unfortunately, since it's wintertime, it's hard to get a lot of workout footage. It gets dark around 4:30 now. So most of the footage you guys are going to be seeing is either repeat stuff, or it's going to be medieval, or it's going to be combat stuff when I actually go to the field. One video I want to do in the future is armor maintenance. Right, I gotta go and do cleanup on this because I want a nice rusted patina on my armor, but I don't want like super rust. So if you ever cleaned steel before, you want to use it like a vinegar, something soft on your material. What is it? Scotch pad, I think it's called. I've used that. I have a Dremel as well with steel polish. So we're going to be doing a video. We'll get this up to a nice clean shine. I'm still debating whether or not to paint the gauntlets. I kind of like the look they have. Of course, these are articulated pieces and they move a lot. So that paint, what's going to happen is it's going to rub off and like not look so great. Unlike this is very static stuff. One of the other videos I'm going to be working on as well. I got some more steel. And we're working on what they call the placard, which is I don't know if you guys notice this. There's no armor underneath this plate here. So the placard goes here, and then it has folds, which move up and down, and then they have tassets, which basically this is going to meet up with my leg armor. So I'll be protected from head to toe in steel plate. So that's going to come after the tent video. So all my resources have to go towards the tent construction at this point. So I appreciate you guys are sticking around. I have the missus. I don't need any more chicks. Though I heard some stories out there. I think the funniest event I ever remember at a practice was, I just wanted to laugh at this guy, but he drove by and he screamed virgin at the top of his lungs at us. About died, or get some whatever, right? A very vulgar word for quipping you virgin. I was like, that's hilarious. I always think it's good to have hobbies, right, outside of playing games, because that's all I did my entire life, and I always found myself very empty and hollow after playing a video game because you haven't done anything constructive. You haven't constructed anything, worked on a skill, or bettered yourself in any way. But I would say gaming does do other things. It does help with critical thinking, so I guess you can see it that way. But anything physical, right, because I'm an analog person, so physical stuff, this is probably where I'm going to be at, because I'm going to how often you get to work on like metallurgy, right? Casting and building things like plates of steel, helmets, pommels, all sorts of things. So you can actually probably use that skill set, right? Metal work in actual real life work. So I kind of like it in that regard as well, because if I wanted to be working on sheet metal with people, I'd say, hey, at least able to use tin snips. So all this armor that I've constructed that you see before you, I basically only use this. That's straight tin snip or aircraft snips. So that's all I've used to cut the steel. I actually went and got. I didn't know much about tin snips, and I had to learn more about it when I was doing some. Because I'm gonna be doing some more metal work. They have left and right. What do they call them? Tin snips, aircraft snips, or something. I think that's what they're called. So I was like, interesting, and they give you a better cutting radius, and then cutting below the metal. And so it's a whole interesting sub thing I never knew about until I got into this stuff. Because let me tell you, just cutting this out was quite the endeavor. Cutting this out and this out by hand, quite the endeavor, right? You've cut paper before. Imagine cutting steel. Completely different thing. So it's very interesting going into that. Using templates. You only got one shot at the steel, mind you. So you're gonna you do all your mistakes on the paper first, and then you go from there. So if you guys want a armor tutorial series as well, I can totally do that. I haven't put much thought into it, other than I probably should at some point. But my armor is basically novice armor, or very junior level armor when compared to other people that have been doing it for years. If you ever seen those armors at the museum, mine would be more like a practical set that someone would have created back in the day to just get on the field, right? So I can do tutorial series on how to make a breastplate, SCA standard breastplate, or elbows and knees. That's probably, I think that'd be useful for you guys if you guys are into actually getting the heavy sport, or the heavy combat sport, learning how to make your elbows and knees. Because those are the two most critical things you're going to need in the SCA, besides your helmet. And then you need gorget, and then kidney protection, because you don't want to be coughing out blood when you get hit in that area. You will get hit in that area, especially in the melee fights. Boy howdy, let me tell you, those are that's probably the most fun. You feel so manly being in those things. Being just being in a large group of men, fighting against another large group of an oppositional force that's trying to beat the crap out of you. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. It's indescribable. So, it feels pretty awesome, honestly. If you guys ever played football, I'm probably sure you get some of that feel there. So, I guess that's be close to that. Or if any of you guys done backyard wrestling, a lot like that too. We don't use spells in the SCA as far as I know. We use heavy rattan weapons and beat the crap out of each other. So I recommend you cardio and strength training, right? Because you're going to be using weapons similar to this and just beating the crap out of one another. I don't know of any spells. You're thinking of live action role playing, which is, I guess, very similar. A lot of people say it's the same. I guess ours is more of a sport, because have you ever played fencing or seen fencing? Similar to that, just heavy armor. Necromancer spell, that's hilarious. Want to use a word to fight as a kid. Oh yeah, I used. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, so this is just strength and weight training. Yeah, a lot of people poke fun at it. I get it. I honestly get it, right? Oh, we live in modern times, but yeah, so. And don't you play a character on a video game? Yes. Yeah, very, very much similar. Fencing. It's just fencing, but with more strength and power behind it. So because basically you're going for either the head shot or chest shot and you're dead. And it's an honor system, so what that means is if you don't call the shot, you're just telling your opponent to hit you harder until you yield. Yeah. So unlike airsoft, where it hurts and you check yourself out, there's cheaters in airsoft too. In the SCA, we call them rhino hiders, right? I don't know what they call them in airsoft. Maybe the same thing, rhino hiding or whatever. So they just kind of shrug the shut off. Don't call it. We don't call them cheaters in the SCA. They just call them, hey, you just want to get hit even harder. That's fine with me. It's kind of like you are making them yield to you. Which is fine by me. You know, I just get to wallop them again with this big, heavy stick until you say, hey, that's good. I have yet to encounter someone other than one guy that doesn't yield to me hitting them. Okay, that's pretty funny. Yeah, very same thing. So I guess it is the same because I was trying to compare what it's like. Paintball is probably this close relative to what this is. Paintball is simulating firefight combat. I think airsoft is as well, and this is simulating medieval combat. So that's what this is simulating, but as like a sport. So boom, hit. Don't call it. That's fine. Keep hitting you. You don't want to do that in a melee fight because there will be 10 or more people walloping you until you go. You know, I'm out. I'm dead. Good. Most people call good. I've had the displeasure of that happening to me because I walloped someone on top of the head, and then his buddies started to beat the crap out of me and pin me against a wall. So there's about 30 dudes just pummeling me. I'm like, I'm supposed to say something. I'm supposed to say, oh, good. It's just me getting pummeled. The marshals had to, clear the field, right? Because I was literally pinned against the wall. I could not move. Thank God for my armor plating. Because it actually, another dude on the field only had chainmail, and we did an initial push into the castle gate, which is just plywood castle type of thing with hay bales on each side. That's kind of what it looks like. And I felt kind of bad because, I just did what I was told, which is you brace the back of your buddy and you push along with them to push the oppositional line backwards. Well, that dude's ribs ended up getting cracked. I'm like, I'm sorry. Maybe you should be wearing plate armor that protects you from all that stuff. So this does serve a big purpose on that battlefield. Because yes, men's are good if you want to go for maximum mobility and going for that one-shot kill type of thing, one-on-ones. But melees, you're gonna get hurt. I wouldn't recommend it. We got about 30 minutes in the live stream. If you have any other questions, go ahead, feel free to ask them. I'm here for you guys, not just myself, but for you guys that are into this type of thing. And the SCA is more than also heavy suit combat. They actually have crafts, sciences, all sorts of things. I'm currently working on how to sew canvas material and painting. So this is kind of like my paint job. So I use basically the technique I use for miniatures basically on this suit of armor. So I'd layer my paints and get the desired results. I use a template though to get this on there. This huge plus turned out pretty awesome. Eventually, I got to repaint the rest of my armor, my arms and my legs are already repainted, but my arms. So, does my arms still have the red paint on them, or the red cotton? Red copper layer of paint? but they need to be redone, and they need to be the verses I had on them repainted because they're starting to get faded. So it's been about a year. So I have all the verses on the little notepad somewhere around here. There's also mead making as well. If you guys are into alcohol manufacturing, I'm actually working on a. I had to rack this, but I'm working on a brew myself. So, if you guys are into mead making, they have those type of things, those kind of groups. I gotta rack this because this has been sitting for a while. It's about 6 months old now. And I gotta rack this too a little bit. This is jalapeno, which is pretty interesting flavor profile. I normally don't drink jalapeno mead. The mead I enjoyed the most so far has been it's called Viking Blood, which is just cherries. What happened here? Huh.